and welcome to another episode of Go Time here on the Voice of College Football Network. I'm your host, Grant Sastre, and we got a few things to talk about from LSU's elite camp this past Thursday. Sorry for the delay, but we got a big week for LSU sports. Of course, you get the LSU College World Series, and then also you have a huge recruiting week for LSU. I still gotta make my video for the last official, all the last visits that LSU had on June 13th with five-star interior offensive lineman Darius Gray visiting on campus and all those things like that. So we'll recap that later this week, probably be Tuesday or Wednesday. But that video is gonna come too. But I want, and also we got huge day of visits on July 20th. A whole lot of 5-stars visiting LSU on June 20th. We'll get to that later this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. But that's when that video is going to be released. But anyway, before I get to a recap of LSU's elite camp on from last Thursday, I want to let you guys know to please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then also make sure to click on the bell for future notifications. For notifications whenever we release a new video, and then also whenever we're about to go live. We go live every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then also want to inform you guys that we will be doing a live show after the LSU baseball game against UCLA tonight, probably between 9 and 10 o'clock. We'll go live immediately after the game, so between 9 and 10 o'clock. And then also, just to give you guys a heads up that we will be having a new co-host here on the LSU channel for the Voice of College Football Network. I'll be going solo this week, but we'll have a new face starting Monday. I'll announce that later this weekend. If you follow my Twitter, I'll release it on Twitter. Follow my Twitter, Sasha Grant. On Twitter, it's right there at the bottom, so make sure to go follow me on Twitter if you haven't had the chance to yet. But sorry for the long monologue, I guess, of promotion. But let's get it started. Of course, LSU had its elite camp on, last Thursday on the 13th. And it was a very eventful day, kind of a slow start because, first of all, I had to figure out who was there. And it took a little while, but then once I started getting a chance to talk to more people, and then you really start to look around. There was a few prospects that were there for LSU, and the first one I noticed right away before I even talked to anybody was Colton Nussmeier. Colton Nussmeier, of course. I think the last name gave it away. He is the younger brother of Garrett Nussmeier. He is a 4-star prospect in the class of 2027. He's actually a little bit bigger than Garrett, right? If you look at his, look at his profile, recruiting profile, he is 6'3", 175 pounds. So he may be a little bit lighter than Garrett was coming out of high school, but he is definitely taller. It's listed as 6'3", but I'm gonna give him 6'2". Just to be safe. But he's 6'2", 6'3". So he's a little bit bigger than Garrett. Garrett is about 6 foot 6'1", so he's got an inch or two over Garrett. And he looks the part. He actually is a little bit bigger. I saw him actually in person. I can tell you he is a little bit bigger than Garrett. And to show you guys this, and it was pretty much a family affair. Not only was Garrett there, of course, mentoring the younger guys at the league camp, but their father, Doug Nussmeier, who by the way is the offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints, was there in attendance as well. I'll show you this video right here. But this is the two Nussmeier brothers throwing to each other. Actually, that is Colin Hurley right there in the middle, and of course that's his dad, Doug Nussmeier, talking to Joe Sloan. So that was one of the first things I saw, and he may not be as big, but remember he's a junior. So he could very well be close to 200 pounds by the time at the end of his high school career. And that's so he has a chance to be bigger than Garrett. And actually, I think he's a higher rated prospect than Garrett was in high school. I mean, Colton is actually a top 50 recruit. Actually, hold on, didn't show that. Okay, let me show the video again because apparently I didn't press the share button. But that's Garrett right there. That's Colin Hurley in the middle, and then that's Colton Nussmeier right there. So I mean, Colton looks the part. 6'3", 175, and he has a chance to grow. He's only a junior, and then of course that's their dad, Doug Nussmeier, and that's Joe Sloan in the white. So there's that video, and got hit off right off the bat. Actually, got up to 450 likes. So it was pretty widely circulated among LSU Twitter. But I wanted to share that with you guys there. And Cole Nussmeier is, I mean, he's got an arm too, and I'm gonna share this with you guys as well. And he actually made a very nice throw to another highly regarded class of 2027 guy in Easton Royal. Let me share this with you guys real quick, and it was a nice throw. That's Cole Nussmeier right there, purple 311, and that's Easton Royal right there, who's a 4-star wide receiver in the class of 2027, and that was a dime too in tight coverage, and he managed to snag that in with one hand. Actually, it's more of a arm snag, kind of in stride. But you know, Easton Royal is a hell of a player. Like, I mean, to one hand, I mean, that's just good instincts. I mean, he was getting snagged on everything and still managed to bring that in with one arm. And Easton Royal is a 4-star receiver, but he could very well be a 5-star, right? If you look at his on-3 industry ranking, which is the average ranking among the big four, on-3, 24/7, ESPN, and Rivals, he is 17th nationally, the second rated receiver in the country, and the 4th highest prospect in Louisiana. And that also shows you how loaded the state of Louisiana is for the class of 2027. That the fact there are 3 players in the state of Louisiana that are ranked ahead of Easton Royal, who is the number 2 receiver in the country. So that, I mean, this class of 2026 and 2027 are highly integral for LSU's national championship hopes for the next and for the years coming, because the class of 2026 and the class of 27, especially the class of 2027, is highly loaded. I mean, just absolutely loaded. And to show you guys some of his highlights from last season, I mean, he was Brother Martin's top receiver last year as a sophomore, and it's hard to be a starter as a receiver as a sophomore. Well, no, I would say receivers, it's not a hard position to play in high school, but given the program he plays for, which is one of the best in Louisiana, and you're playing the Catholic League, which is by far the most difficult high school league in the state of Louisiana, with Edna Carr, and Jesuit, and John Curtis, and Rommel. I mean, St. Aug is also in that league. I mean, there's so a few of those schools are literally LSU factories. Edna Carr produces so many LSU players. Rommel historically has produced some great players for LSU. Craig Stelz, who was a large part of LSU, who was an All-American back in 2007. Jamar Chase, which you can make a case for as one of the greatest receivers in LSU history. Of course, is a top 2 receiver in the NFL right now. I mean, and also Brother Martin has also produced Will Clapp, who also started for LSU as a tackle back in the late 2010s. I mean, Easton Royal is, I mean, that, and by the way, that was the game-winning touchdown. That right there was a game-winning touchdown against St. Paul's. I mean, he is a great player. He can single-handedly take over a game at the receiver spot. I mean, he is a fantastic receiver. Not only that, he's a great return specialist. He's actually one of the fastest players in the state of Louisiana. He, he's I think he's running for the junior Olympic team. Actually, I think he announced that yesterday. I mean, he's great in one-on-one contact. I mean, look, that was against Carr. I mean, 2 of those touchdowns were against Carr. I mean, this guy is a fantastic player. He's a great route runner. He's fast. He could do it all. So that is somebody that LSU's on the radar for. They offered him last month, and that relationship. And I talked to Easton, and that relationship is improving day by day. Of course, he just went to the league camp this last Thursday, and he'll also be on LSU's campus on the 20th, which would be a huge day in terms of visits for LSU, as there are multiple 5-stars visiting LSU on June 20th. So stay tuned for that. That video will be released sometime this week. And also, by the way, that's a great example of a speed right there. So to keep that, those are the two of the biggest ones that visit LSU, and there's some other players that visit as well to keep an eye on. Of course, that the next one is Jamoris Canton, 4-star. Oh, he's not rated as a 4-star right now, but given who offered him, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Mississippi State, and the list goes on. Nebraska, Ole Miss, Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech. Washington, TCU, SMU. Yeah, you get it, right? Mississippi State. You get it. So he's one of the top players in the class of 2028, rated as an offensive tackle. He may be interior offensive lineman when it's all said and done. Right now he's prepping at IMG Academy, but he actually was a starter at Center High School in the state of Texas last year as a freshman. And although that offer list does not include LSU, he did indeed get offered by LSU. He actually got offered by LSU literally right after camp. And I'm going to pull this up for you guys. So Jamoris Canton was offered by LSU like seconds after camp. He announced that he got offered LSU at 8:59 p.m. By the way, the camp ended around 6 o'clock. So LSU was definitely after him. That's what they intended to by invited him to the camp, and after just a few hours, LSU's all right. This is our guy. We're gonna offer him. So that's somebody you should watch it for from the class of 2028, which, by the way, are sophomores. So yeah, it says a lot how much recruiting has grown so far throughout the in the past 5 years. Now you have to look at freshmen for recruitment. All right, those are for the guys that LSU either has already offered or guys that LSU just offered. Guys that LSU offers, right? Top prospects, you name it. Now we're going to move on to the guys that are either guys that LSU is interested in, and guys you should also watch it for that LSU is interested. Well, really, just guys that are just LSU just interested in, right? I'll explain to you why they're interested in. But first, let's get it going with Cole Bergeron. Cole Bergeron is a 2026 quarterback from St. Thomas More High School in Lafayette. That's most notably the alma mater of both Walker Howard and Jack Bech, both former LSU Tigers. Of course, both have transferred to schools elsewhere. But those are two notable Tigers. Of course, Walker Howard was a top 5 quarterback when he came out of St. Thomas More, when he committed to LSU. And, of course, Jack Bech, of course, played a solid bit for LSU his freshman and sophomore year, but it just didn't work out because LSU just loaded with wide receivers every year, and he was dealing with some injury issues. Went to TCU, balled out, got drafted in the second round. So I guess those guys are honorary Tigers, but also that's what the school's known for, right? But they produced some other players that got on to play elsewhere around the country. But that's what St. Thomas More is known for. They're known for developing quarterbacks, and Cole Bergeron is no exception. 6'4", 6'5", 210 pounds, a big kid. Like, really big kid. And you can tell he has some room to grow. He's got a great arm. Of course, he's got great height. But he's an excellent quarterback. Cole Bergeron is a 3-star prospect. But he's quickly grown. After his junior year, he didn't have any offers. But then all of a sudden, Georgia Tech comes calling. He got offered from Georgia Tech. Well, he hasn't gotten an offer from Georgia Tech, but he's about to really soon. I know Virginia Tech is also interested in him as well. The head coach over there, Brent Pry, he's originally from Lafayette, and so he's very familiar with Cole Bergeron. And of course, but the schools he's gone off from Colorado, he's gone off from Indiana, got off from UCLA in terms of Power 4 schools. He's also picked up offers from Group of 5 schools such as Florida Atlantic, Arkansas State, UL Lafayette, of course, in the same city as Cole Bergeron, and of course, Georgia Southern. And LSU is also very interested in him as well. And I'll show you his highlights too. But I mean, look right here. I mean, Cole Bergeron has a great arm. You can see they're right there. I mean, he did that with, I wouldn't say with zero effort, but it just looks effortless, right? I mean, he's just got a great arm. He's got, I mean, he could throw on the dots. I mean, look, I know 7-7 is padless, but he was throwing some dots at 7-7. I'm like, oh, and he can run. Well, not that fast, but he can run. And look, he plays in a pretty tough district too. They got Westgate, who's produced some great players like Keishon Booty, and Turner's Catholic. He plays against some great competition, right? And of course, St. Thomas More's won multiple state championships in the last 10 years. And I mean, he's got a great arm. He can throw it into tight spaces. He's not afraid to. Yes, the system does benefit quarterbacks, but you can tell he's a big kid. He's shown that he has some mobility in the pocket right there. I mean, he also ran for a long touchdown. This is a guy that is a high competitor. He's also waited his turn at St. Thomas More. I don't think people realize that a lot of times you have to wait your turn at St. Thomas More. And he waited his turn to become the starter quarterback and produced and showed great results right away. So this is somebody you should definitely pay attention to. He made some great throws at the elite camp. I know LSU coaches are watching, and he may not get the offer from LSU. But what I do know this. LSU's looking for a quarterback in the class of 2026. Right? They didn't, and LSU probably would have been a lot higher in a lot of quarterbacks in the class of 2026, but because Bryce Underwood was committed to LSU for so long, a lot of quarterbacks in class of 2026 laid off of LSU. And then when Bryce Underwood ultimately flipped from LSU to Michigan, LSU was desperately looking for quarterbacks from the class of 2026, maybe possibly flipping some. And it looks like they could land Bo Bentley from the state of Texas, Salina High School in the state of Texas. But Bo Bentley is between LSU and Oklahoma, and while LSU does seem like they do have a great chance of landing Bo Bentley, he could very possibly go to Oklahoma. So if that does happen and Bo Bentley decides to commit to Oklahoma rather than LSU, I would not be shocked if Cole Bergeron picked an offer from LSU. Right? I mean, he made some great throws at the league camp, through some tight windows, through in some tight spaces, through some dots. So it wouldn't shock me, just given his size and his arm and his ability to throw in tight spaces, not afraid to throw in tight spaces. It wouldn't shock me if he picked up an offer from your LSU Fighting Tigers. Another guy to watch out for is Jude Chamberlain. Jude Chamberlain is a 6'5", 230-pound tight end from Catholic High School in Baton Rouge. Of course, Catholic has been a feeding program for LSU, similarly to Edna Carr, and they both are considered to be the top two high schools for high school football in the state of Louisiana. Jude Chamberlain, 6'5", once again 6'5", 230 pounds. He's got a 7-foot wingspan, 4.0 GPA, so you don't have to really worry about his academics. And Jude Chamberlain is a pretty lanky kid. I mean, he's still got some room to grow, but he does move well for a guy's size. Kind of moves a little awkwardly because he's 6'5", 230 pounds. Still got to figure out his body. I mean, that's a pretty big kid, but he can play. But they line him out wide. Sometimes he lines up inside. But this is somebody that LSU is definitely interested in. He has picked up offers from Baylor, right? Also picked up an offer from Tulane, and also Houston offered him as well. Ole Miss has also shown some interest in him as well, and LSU trying to get on that Jude Chamberlain, get on that Hey Jude train. right now because it seems like his recruitment's about to pick up. I mean, 6'5", 230, has great hands, can run great routes, and he had some good catches throughout the league camp. So that's also somebody that you should be watching out for as well. I'm going to show you his highlight tape real quick. But this is from his sophomore year, and he started as a sophomore at one of the best high schools in the state of Louisiana, Catholic high school. It's hard to start that early, as early as he did. I mean, he's a 6'5", 230. He's one of the biggest guys on the field. Like I said, he can line up on the inside. This him right here, line up on the outside. And he can, he's not afraid of contact. Like, and he's kind of he kind of runs a little awkwardly, right? He's six. I mean, this is him as a sophomore, who was 6'5", maybe 210 at the time. I mean, yeah, he kind of moves a little awkwardly, but he can break through tackles. He's a big kid. I mean, look at that. I mean, he can break through tackles. Yeah, he does run awkwardly. Like I said, he's still trying to figure out his body, but he's not afraid. He's not afraid of contact. Like you saw there, he's also a great blocker. Look at that. That's against Destrehan, and Destrehan is one of the best high schools in the state of Louisiana in terms of football. Look at him. I mean, look, he stayed on him the whole entire time. I mean, that led to a first down run. I mean, if he doesn't make the block, I mean, that's the tackle right there. I mean, he can line up on the side, block pretty effectively. And so not only is he could be a great receiver, but he's also very physical as well. And just kind of skip ahead here. So that's him right there on the edge. And I don't know what type of play is. It's not really an edited play. Here we go. And right, he ran a kind of an RPO route right there, kind of a jump pass. So he caught touchdown against Zachary High School, which is also another great high school in the state of Louisiana that's produced some great athletes for LSU and schools elsewhere around the country. But he is a great blocker. That's him right there, 6'5", 230, running great routes. Yes, he might have to figure out how to use his body. But once again, like, that is somebody LSU wants to jump on right pretty soon, and it looks like there could be some growing interest. So that watch out for that. But another guy you need to be watching out for is running back Trey Martin from Franklin Parish High School in North Louisiana. And for you guys who may not be familiar with Franklin Parish High School, and he's unranked too. Him and Jude Chamberlain are unranked too. But Trey Martin's also the teammate of Desarian Ellis, or everyone likes to call him Pook, so I'll call him Pook Ellis. But Pook Ellis got an offer from LSU about a few months ago. Somebody that LSU's definitely after a 3-star athlete. Pook plays quarterback for Franklin Parish, but he also can play. He also plays safety for the Patriots as well. And safety is a position he's going to play when he gets to college. But Trey Martin is somebody that is being recruited on both sides of the ball. He's excellent. Not only is he excellent at running back, but he's excellent as a safety as well. And that's possibly a position that LSU wants to move to, which is safety, because he can play there as well. But he got an offer from Florida State. He's got an offer from Tulane. He's got an offer from Texas State. Offer from Arkansas State. So those are four. Houston. He's got 5 Division I offers at the FBS level. 2 of which are Power 4 schools. Houston's in the Big 12, and of course we all know Florida State is in the ACC. So I'm gonna show you these highlights right here. But anyway, Trey Martin. This is him for Franklin Parish. He is an not only can return punts, but actually I haven't seen him return kicks yet home. And so yeah, he took that to the house, and you can tell he's probably one of the fastest players on that team. That was a great return right there. Really didn't have to do much because all he did was run to the corner, and everybody did their business. But yes, right here you can see he's got great speed. Franklin Parish is one of the better teams at the Class 4A level in the state of Louisiana. And he's got great ability. This is against Calvary Baptist, which is one of the best programs in the country, in the state right now. And he took that, I believe. Oh wow. Yeah, well, he didn't take it to the house. Well, maybe he did. Well, he did. Or didn't? Oh, did he? I don't know. I can't tell. But he's probably gonna tackle the 1 yard line. But you can tell he's a great athlete. Can make great reads on the ball on the defensive side of the ball. Also, he's like to use him a running back. You can tell he's definitely the fastest player on the field. I mean, did they catch him? Did they not? Okay, well, that guy also may be just as fast as him. But once again, definitely a player you should watch it for. LSU did show some great interest in. And talking around, some of the recruit personnel, this is somebody that LSU is definitely after. I mean, look at that big hit. I mean, he is a guy who's very physical. He's very physical on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. That is also another player you should be watching out for. He did attend the camp last Thursday. And I do know for a fact that LSU is definitely interested in him. It'd be very interesting to see how his recruitment picks up. He is a class of 2027 guy, just like just like I mentioned, just like Jude Chamberlain. Cole Bergeron is a class of 2026 guy. So those are three guys you should be watching after down the line for LSU. In terms of, if you like LSU recruiting news, those are a few guys you should be watching out for that haven't gotten offered by LSU, but probably will very soon. But that's going to wrap it up today for Go Time. I am your host, Grant Sashray. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then also click on the bell for future for notifications about future videos. And then also, it will remind you when we are going live. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Tigers.